Good day. Welcome to Mind Prosperity. Welcome back to Mind Prosperity. We took a 2-week break on YouTube because I was away for other work, but thank you so much for being back. It's really great. It's really great having you guys. Now, I have very exciting news. I have this new book available, The Art of a Mental Breakthrough. You'll see the book on the screen. So I'm going to speak a bit out of the book today, and it's called The Art of a Mental Breakthrough. And I want you guys to, imagine a piece of art. When somebody makes a piece of art, or if somebody is a painter, I want you to imagine where they start. Well, they start in their thoughts. They start in their imagination, and then they paint this picture, and then they make this painting. And this is the same with your life. The art of a mental breakthrough is like your life is a piece of art that you are painting. And it starts with your thoughts. It starts with your imagination. The way you think is the way that you're going to metaphorically paint and live your life. So if you want to know more about the book, please send me a WhatsApp on 072-508-4689, or you can send me an email to albert@mindprosperity.co.za. And we at Mind Prosperity believe where your mind goes, your life follows. Okay, so today I'm going to speak about getting out of a toxic thinking spiral. Getting out of a toxic thinking spiral. Now, in order for us to get our minds right, in order for us to get our minds at the right place, we have to, it's not just about positive thinking, but it's also to deal with the toxic thinking part. And a lot of the thinking that we have is toxic, and a lot of the people that we attract then becomes toxic. The direction our lives move in becomes toxic. Neville Goddard said, "You are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination." You are only limited by weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. Now, when you think about these two things, attention, Dr. Joe Dispenza said, where your attention goes, there your energy goes. So if your attention goes into the past the whole time, that means you get stuck in the past and you cannot go to your future. So the first question is, when you want to get out of a toxic thinking spiral, ask yourself the question, where's your attention? And then it speaks about poverty of imagination. Where your imagination goes, can we say, your life follows? Because let's think about a painter or an artist again. They start in their imagination. Now, Dr. Wernher von Braun was the father of the space program, and he was asked by John F. Kennedy once, what would it take to build a rocket, send somebody to the moon, and bring them back to Earth? Dr. von Braun thought about it, and he said, the will to do it, or we can say the desire to do it. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to accomplish, starts with the desire to do it. So there are 6 higher faculties. When we think about mind, when we think about getting out of the toxic thinking spiral, when we think about creating the future that we want, or painting our thoughts, as we speak about in the book, for the future that we want, we have to look at the 6 higher faculties. So the first one is perception. And Bob Proctor said, we don't see with our eyes, we see through our eyes, but we see with our perception. Our perception has been built over time. A lot of our perception has been built in our childhood years, and we see things with our perception. That's why two people can look at the same thing. One looks at it with a positive, good perception, and another one looks at it with a negative perception. And the second one is will. And this is what Dr. von Braun said, the will to do it, or the desire to do it. One of my mentors, every single time when I ask him advice about something, the first question he asks me is, what do you want? What is your will? And then the third one is reason. A lot of times we reason something out, but somebody with a negative mindset, or somebody that's in a toxic thinking spiral, normally reasons in a negative or in a toxic direction, and that's something that has to be fixed. So you have to make a conscious decision to get out of that toxic thinking spiral and move into into a better thinking spiral. Number 4 is imagination. Now, we speak a lot about the workings between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind rules 95% of your life. That's where your habit lies. That's where your intuition lies. That's the seed of your emotion. And that is basically who you are. The body becomes the subconscious mind, and the body reacts and lives its life from the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So if you want to change your subconscious mind, which will ultimately change your life, you have to start with your imagination. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, spoke about these 3 basketball teams: Team A, Team B, and Team C. And Team A that was instructed to go to the course and practice every day for 3 months. So the basketball team practiced together for 3 months, every day on the course. Team B was instructed for the 3 months to stay home and not practice at all. Team C was instructed to go home together, sit together, and imagine the play together. And maybe talk about the play a bit, but they didn't practice, they just imagined. After 3 months, they were tested, and they saw that Team A increased significantly, Team B decreased significantly, and Team C increased almost as much as Team A did. That just shows the influence of the imagination. Number 5 is memory. And when we look at memory, we see that the subconscious mind is also trained through repetition. And memory is something that happened in your, let's say happened in your past over and over and over again, and that programmed your subconscious mind to remember something. And for you to change that toxic thinking, you have to remember a different future. Otherwise, the future is going to become the past. So if your memory is in the past the whole time, you don't let go of the past, you don't let go of that toxic thinking spiral, you're not gonna have the future. Now, what do I mean by remember the future? Because the future hasn't happened. Now, the thing is, a lot of times to do that, we have to take ourselves out of time, and it's almost like reminding the body and reminding the subconscious mind as if the future has already happened. That's a very important thing. So remember the future that you want and connect it, like Neville Goddard said, connect it to the emotion of already having it. That's showing your subconscious mind. It's almost like as if the future has already happened, and it starts to create it. And number 6 then is intuition. A lot of your intuition lies in your subconscious, what you have built over the years. So if you can build a healthy subconscious, you can build a healthy intuition. If you can remind yourself of the future you want, your intuition will continuously give you the ideas of the future you want. So why does people's future look the same as their past? So this is the question of, why do people make New Year's resolutions? Why do they want to change their lives, but their lives stay in the same pattern the whole time? It's because they stay in that toxic thinking spiral, and the trapped negative emotions keeps pulling them back. And in order to change that, we have to get out of that toxic thinking spiral. Bob Proctor said, if you can think it, and if you can get yourself emotionally involved with it, and if you can stay focused on it, you can have it. So it starts with a thought, it goes over to an emotion. So it's not just thinking of thought, it's feeling the emotion as if you already have it, and then stay focused on it. So it's not just thinking the thought, feeling the emotion once, it's staying with it, working with it, having patience, having endurance. And then Jay Shetty said, if you can build a muscle, you can build a mindset. Now, if you want to build a muscle, you have to train it regularly, and you have to feed it well. And your mindset is the same. Before I give you a few final thoughts on getting out of the toxic thinking spiral, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. We are trusting to go to 1,000 subscribers, and you can help us with that. Hit the like button and share this video to other people if you believe it can help them. And just a reminder again, this session or this video that I'm doing today is out of a book that got just released called The Art of a Mental Breakthrough. So if you want to know more about the book, please send me a WhatsApp at 072-508-4689 or send me an email to albert@mindprosperity.co.za. Now, the thing is, a toxic mindset stays in survival. Now, survival is not a bad thing if you are attacked by something, but if you stay in survival mode, emotions of fear, emotions of anxiety, feelings of protecting yourself the whole time, then you stay in survival mode. And if you are in survival mode, you cannot create. So if there's really danger, it's okay to stay in survival mode for a while, but you have to get out of survival mode as soon as possible, so that you can go into creative mode, so that you can create the future you want. And therefore you have to overcome that emotion, overcome the emotion of fear, overcome the emotion of anxiety. You do that by putting something different in your imagination and putting a different thought process in your mind, reminding yourself, we go back to memory again, reminding yourself what your future look like. And you cannot go to the future if you stay stuck in the toxic emotions of the past. So what you need to do is you have to start getting involved in your future with your heart, with your emotions, feeling, it's almost like saying falling in love with your future, but falling in love with it as if you already have it. That's when you connect your heart and your mind, meaning you have mind and heart coherence. Your thinking and your feeling, it goes on the same wave and energy length. And that's how you get out of the toxic thinking spiral and you create the life that you actually want. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. It's great to be back, and hope to hearing from you guys soon. See you soon again. Goodbye.